What's up, Virgo? Welcome to your December general read. This is going to be for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, but of course it's not going to, resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your other personal placements. Hello, welcome to December, welcome to Sagittarius season, which for you guys is all about that fourth house, right? So there's going to be a lot of attention this month towards home, family, the mother, could be your children, your emotional stability and your relationship with your emotions. It's very much about the foundational things for you. That, and there's going to be a bit of focus on your career, your public image, work, and that sort of thing, because you also will be dealing with 10th house energy with the full moon that we'll be having later on in the month. If you have not already caught the December video, I did a December collective video that just kind of goes over some key dates. It's about 11 minutes long. I would definitely advise that you go watch that if you're interested, just to kind of know a basic understanding of what these different transits mean. Here, I'll talk about how they kind of work for you guys a little bit more. So yes, collectively we're in 9th house energy, but for you guys we're in 4th house energy. Also, again, with that full moon, it'll be 10th house energy. Some key things happening this month. Mercury, right, is moving to Capricorn. And that's going to be happening on the 13th, the same day that Mars is going to be moving to Sagittarius. Now, what that means for you, Mercury moving to Capricorn, that's going to be tapping a lot into your 5th house. So that has a lot to do with, creativity, has a lot to do with romance. There's actually a lot working in your favor in the romance department. Okay, we've got that going on. Oh, one thing I do want to say for you guys though, with Mercury moving to Capricorn, Capricorn is, that sign that's ruled by Saturn, right? So very much about law, rules. It's very much the adulting planet for me. So it does kind of make us check some of our ways of communication with others that maybe aren't as conducive, and everybody has their thing, right? And so Virgos, sometimes you can be a bit passive aggressive with people when you are irritated with them, or you feel like they said something stupid, or they weren't thinking, or whatever, right? So this transit kind of will help you to realize those things and work on them, which is good, because we're all going to be working on our ways in which we communicate that aren't quite the best. So that's happening for you, may be happening in terms of your intimate relationships too, right? But that's really good. But yeah, there's a lot of flirty energy. With Mars moving to Sagittarius, that's going to be hitting your 4th house. So again, more attention on home, family, your emotional needs, maybe kicking some things into gear, new processes, maybe the way that you decorate your home. Although I will say Venus is going retrograde on the 19th of this month, and I wouldn't change the aesthetic of much, whether we're talking about your personal appearance or whether we're talking about things even in your home, right? Because when things are retrograde, they don't really stick. And since Venus is that planet that rules like beauty and money, and luxury, I would just hold off on any of those types of things. But yes, Jupiter is also going into Pisces this month on the 29th, which is going to be hitting your relationship sector. Jupiter in Pisces is really good energy. It's a vibe, right? Jupiter is Pisces' original ruler. So it's very comfortable there, and there's a lot of joy. There's a lot of expansion. There's a lot of deep feelings and spirituality that can come out of it. And so for you guys, this can point to some cool things in terms of your relationships, and not just your romantic ones, even just your relationships with your kids, your family, your friends, and most importantly, yourself, okay? So you guys start out with the Knight of Swords as the unseen energy. This is what's sitting at the bottom of the deck. It's interesting because I do feel like this is a time where a lot of things are moving fast. It's almost like, what I will say is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. So I can see that there's been a shift, that a lot is transforming, in the middle of transforming, has transformed, right? Which doesn't surprise me, seeing as how we just came out of Scorpio season, which is all about death and rebirth, all about transformation. You guys are no different. It just feels like once there's something that shifts, and for a lot of you, it does feel like it could be in your home. This could also even indicate in your relationships. But once something shifts, it feels like everything's going to be moving quite fast. I also think that this is pointing to that Mercury in Capricorn energy again, right? So again, checking the way that we communicate, being more aware of the ways that we may communicate with others that's not necessarily conducive for what it is that we want, those types of things. But things are going to be moving really fast. I think you guys are moving into a new direction. Oh, yep. And then look underneath that, Three of Swords. Yeah, so it feels like, best way I could put it is it almost feels like something may have ended or something may have disappointed you, something may have stopped, something may have happened out of, I don't want to say out of nowhere, even though you do have a tower here, which I'll get into that, but something happened, right? But what it's done is it's made you kind of kick into gear and motivated you to just really push forward on things that maybe you've put on the back burner, right? An example, in a relationship, if you feel like, or if your partner feels like you're always that person who has great things going on and, you know, attention's always on you, that type of thing, sometimes we feel like we have to shrink ourselves in order for other people to be comfortable. And so let's say, for instance, if this is like a relationship or something that's ended, this has now kicked you into gear. It's like, okay, whatever, I don't got time to worry about that. Like, I'm going to go do the things that I've been wanting to do and haven't been doing because I've been trying to help them with their things. Or whatever, you know, because you got the Five of Pentacles and you got the Fool starting out. So I do feel like there is a situation where maybe you feel like you've been left out. Maybe you feel like you've been abandoned. Maybe maybe there is a snag in finances for a moment. Especially if this could be like an unexpected thing, because you do have a Tower card up here too. But I do feel like it's also like a jumping point for a new thing, a new life, a new situation. You got the Fool card, which is about moving forward, and it's also about taking risks, doing the next step forward. Virgos, you guys can get caught up in the idea of I've worked so hard, or I've tried for so long at trying to achieve this thing, whether it's a relationship or whatever, that it can be hard for you to walk away because you feel like it's giving up, and it's not. Like, sometimes you realize that things just aren't for you, and that's okay. And the outcome wasn't in order for you to have some tangible thing. Maybe it was the experiences and the lessons that you learned along the way, right? So I think that's what is coming out for you guys a lot. New perspective too. We are in Sagittarius season, which gives everybody a little bit new perspective. Sagittarius is connected to that ninth house. It is about a higher level of thinking. It is about culture. It is about travel. It's about fun, adventure. And so I think that this season kind of gets everyone a little bit out of their box. Queen of Swords, she's very independent. She's very honest. She's very straightforward. So, and, it almost looks as if she just slashed somebody. So she's not going to shy away on cutting things out of her life that just aren't working or aren't for her anymore. Right? And so I just feel like you guys are cutting something off and moving on. It may hurt at first. It may have a really hard sting. It may feel like you've been betrayed in some type of a way. But I think it's all for the better. Also, if you are, which I told Sag this, it's a good time to make those appointments if you're in need of a checkup, okay? Because Pentacles can talk about health as well. And Five of Pentacles could be someone who's maybe not feeling so well. Okay. Now, in the past position, you have the High Priestess. This is connected to Pisces or Scorpio, Cancer. But it's water energy. It's divine feminine energy. It is energy of intuition. It also talks about secrets. You've got the Lovers here, so Gemini energy here. Maybe you have recently met someone, a Gemini perhaps, or someone that you feel really connected to. That could have also been the issue. Maybe if you, because the Lovers also, originally was called the Choice. So it does indicate that some choice had to be made. And this could be like, some of you guys might have been in a situation where you've recently met someone or connected with someone and you were starting to feel a little bit more strongly than you thought you were going to. And it's almost like I don't know what to do because maybe you've also been halfway working on something over here, having a situationship over here. I just feel like there was like a moment of being stuck, right? This is Eight of Swords energy. This is isolation. This is being stuck. But it feels like this situation kind of worked itself out through whatever circumstances. I think you guys made a really cool connection with someone. Um, and if you haven't yet, you have the potential to, because what I will say is you have the Lovers twice, which we'll get into that too. Actually, you have the Lovers and the Ten of Cups, which is just like some extra sauce, some extra information that I asked for at the end. So like I said, that Jupiter being in Pisces, working in your 7th house, you know, all this attention going into the 4th house of like building foundations, you know, there is a good chance for you guys to really connect with someone this month. Now, like I said, Venus is retrograde, so I wouldn't dive headfirst into a relationship. Again, I wouldn't change my hair color. I wouldn't get a tattoo. I wouldn't do significant, unless that's just like what I do. But I wouldn't do significant things to my looks, to any type of aesthetic, to my house, to anything. I wouldn't make any relationship decisions. I would have fun, you know, and I would use this time to really focus on what's important to me, while getting to know others, if that's what's on the table. Now, there's some really cool things coming up with work. Like I said, you are going to be having that 10th house activated with the Gemini full moon that we have at the end of the month. What I love about this month also with everybody is there's a lot that comes to light this month. Mercury is very active this month. So there's a lot of messages and pieces of information that's going to be given to people throughout the month. And there's something that's going to be, it looks like, benefiting you guys, especially in terms of work. This could be you hearing about new opportunities. Maybe your business is opening up a new, you know, location and they want you to head it out, or like, you know, something like this. It just feels like there's really a chance for elevation in terms of work because you are seen here. Six of Wands is about being seen. It's about being popular. It's about people really kind of celebrating you. And we've got the King of Pentacles, and, you know, he's always on point. Money's good, money connected, security. I do love to see this, especially after that Five of Pentacles, because it just feels like, you know what, something may have happened. You were down for a minute, but you're back. It's like that comeback is strong. Now, some of you guys are going to feel really tempted at this time to kind of hermitize, especially if you, again, have been going through some type of a breakup or separation from something. I wouldn't say to necessarily hermitize. I would say to just stay close to the people that like care about you and mean something to you. You know what I mean? And make you feel good. That hermit is sitting in your cop-out area. So that's something that you don't want to necessarily do. I wouldn't reach for isolation. I would just make sure that when I am connecting with people, I'm connecting with people who I connect well with. You know what I mean? Like who I feel good around. Princess of Swords. So she's curious. You know, Princess of Swords, which is also Page of Swords. This is someone who could be doing a lot of spying. You know, that's the typical spy card. Ooh, and the Hermit again. Someone might be paying a lot of close attention to you. Someone who's a little bit younger, could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But there's someone who's definitely curious about you. And again, you know, pages are messengers. There's a lot of Mercury activity. So there's some messages coming to you. I want to clarify again, I've got Ace of Discs, which is Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like there's some opportunities with work coming to you, which is really, really good. And that looking at you or spying at you, that just could be like your job watching you. Okay, so let's get into this. So there's a Tower card here now, right? You also got a Tower card here. So Tower indicates some types of surprises, right? They come out of nowhere usually. It's something that's fast and unexpected. It's not usually something, well, you know, it could be something good or something bad. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always something good because it's something you need. But, ooh, 10 of Discs. Okay. Establishment. Okay. So where things may have went a little funny, especially in your personal life, and I feel like a lot of you guys are getting that back together. Like I said, putting a lot of attention and focus on your emotional needs at this time, on your family, on your foundations. I feel like there was a shakeup probably at the end of the month or towards the beginning. This new moon, the solar new moon, solar eclipse new moon, definitely could be the cause of some things kind of being shook up, because that's what eclipses tend to do. Um, but I feel like in the work world, you guys are actually really thriving. There's a lot coming to you. I think the surprise has something to do with money coming to you. Don't be surprised if you get like an extra bonus, you guys getting raised. This also could be something with the home again, right? Because 10 of discs or 10 of pentacles, it's about abundance, but it's also about family. So there's something that's coming to you as a surprise this month, which is really, really beautiful. And it might just be a new connection. This is dope. I love to see it. I mean, the Lovers and the 10 of Cups together, you can't really ask for a better combination. Let me see. 9 of Wands. Okay, so you guys might be feeling a little bit resistant if you meet somebody, just because I think maybe like you're feeling a little bit tender. This person comes out of nowhere. I think there's someone who comes out of nowhere for you. Be expecting some new person for some of you guys, especially you singles, because again, the prospects look really good for you. I just wouldn't jump head first into something, but I feel like you guys have something really good to you, or really good coming to you in terms of love. I also feel like you guys have something really, really good to you coming in terms of money and business, finance, being seen, your image, your name being put out there. Some of you guys, this is a really, really good month where things are definitely turning around. You've also got the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. I don't think I've ever pulled this card. That's really good. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Loves it. You've also got take a divinely guided chance, which I absolutely love because you got the full card starting out, right? So both cards talking about taking risks, right? It says all positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risks, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Yes. So some of you guys are leaving behind a relationship or relationships with people, certain people that you've had for a long time. Like I said, just because you spent a long time someplace doesn't mean that you just spend longer being I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm not working that hard for nothing. Not in that way. Anyways, so it may be a relationship, it may be work, but there is some type of a chance, some type of a risk that Spirit is like, you know, take it. So you've also got calling in your soulmate. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So getting very clear on what it is that you actually want in a relationship. I think whatever a lot of you guys may have recently gone through, if it's pertaining to relationships, I think it showed you a lot about not only what you want, but how you are in relationships. You know, it made you see yourself different in relationships, which is a good thing, because when we can see ourselves different, we can see ourselves clear, then we can start to make the decisions and the changes that we need to make that work best for everybody. So you got some surprises coming to you this month, Virgo. You got some money coming to you this month, some possible relationships. This is actually a really, really good month. So enjoy it. I will talk to you soon. Bye.